Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 59 of our Neil Robertson Pro career on Snooker 19, and today is time for the quarter-final of the Coral Players Championship. Now, in the last three events, is it the last two or the last three? No, it's just the last two, barring the shootout, of course. We'll gloss over the snooker shootout, but in the last two events, the Coral World Grand Prix and the Welsh Open, we got to the quarter-final and couldn't progress. We went out to Luca Brazil and Jack Lazowski, respectively. And of course today we are in a third quarter-final in 4 tournaments against Judd Trump, and I really want to progress. Now I think our head-to-head, I haven't actually looked this up, I said I would and I haven't. I would guess our head-to-head, we've played Judd a few times this season. Of course we played him in the final of the Oppo International Championship. We played him, I have an idea, we played him in the semi-final of the Champion of Champions and also went out to him there. But I think, if I remember rightly, we beat him in the Scottish Open semi and potentially somewhere in the Dafabet Masters as well. So I think it's 2 each between us all, or maybe 2-1. But regardless, we've both played well against one another. I think there's been 3-0 whackings in there for both. So it'll be an interesting match today and a bit of a grudge match, really. And one that's worth quite a bit, considering this is for a place in the semi-final of the Players' Championship. Now, we've been a little bit fortunate, I think it's fair to say, with the draw so far. We had, what did we have? We had Stuart Bingham. Well, we've only had one match, of course. We've only had one match, haven't we? It's only a 16-player tournament. We had Stuart Bingham in the first round and got past him fairly easily. But this match isn't exactly the best of draws, particularly at this stage of the quarter-final. You know, there's 8 players still in the tournament. Granted, they're all of a good quality, but especially after his World Championship win in real life, he's got a pretty good prestige reputation in the world of snooker now, has Judd Trump. So, interesting matchup here. It's the quarter-final. We haven't got anything to lose, but I would love, before the end of the season, to win one of these big tournaments. Yes, we've won the Scottish Open so far, but ultimately, a championship like this, where you've got to beat the best of the best. And we're, of course, on the hard AI difficulty. We're on the medium difficulty in Scotland. So, I just want to make sure we win a tournament, or do well in one at least, and get to, say, the semi-final or even the final. But that is a poor break-off. Just a little bit unlucky there, really. Hit the middle jaw on the middle pocket. It floated over, and unfortunately, he opened up a red. And now, Judd Trump, we all know what his break-building skills like, are pretty good. But one thing that he can be sometimes, a little bit rash, a little bit too aggressive. So let's hope he follows suit with that today. But he has got a bit of an early chance here, but it's not all over till it's over. Of course, you need 60 or 70 to win a frame, so he's nowhere near that number yet. So we'll just have to wait and see, watch what he does. But I'd guess he'll open up the reds with a pretty aggressive shot on the black, which he has done, and that is a pretty good split. That being said, he's not had a lot of luck with the position, really. There might be 1 red or 2 open, but he's not left a massive amount open. Of course, he can craft that position over time, but the most important thing for his break anyway is that he's opened up the reds and given himself a good opportunity to take this one in one visit. Interesting that he's going for the blue here. He's had confidence, and that's a pretty good shot. Very aggressive shot, setting out his stall there, really. But he should play this red, I can imagine. I don't see why he wouldn't play this red that's on the cushion, which he is. And he's playing with some vigour, really. He's not worried. He's not playing with, you know, he's not playing these soft. He's playing these with some quite pace and some, you know, some real intent. So fair play to him. It only took a bit of a weak break. Bit of a chance for Judd. I mean, granted, it was a sitter of a chance. You know, sometimes leave a potential chance off a break, but that is a sitter if there ever was one. And we really were. And I think we are a sitting duck in this frame, particularly with the break building ability of Judd Trump, and really within a matter of minutes, you know, it's probably been, what, 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 2 minutes since we started this match, and in the blink of an eye, we could already be 1-0 down already.
38.
So that's what we've just got to be aware of in the second frame, ultimately. We could do with winning that one. We don't want the pressure of having to win 3 in a row against Judd. But it's not all over yet. Hopefully it's not going to be one of those episodes like we've had in the quarterfinals where it just seems we've been a little bit out-competed. I don't know why that's happened recently. But I think it's fair to say in this frame, unless he makes a big mistake now, Judd should win it. But going for the yellow here highlights that he's not in the best position. But look at all those reds in a row. He should be absolutely fine, particularly the pink being off its position. If he'd have potted the pink there, he'd have had a bit more trouble. But he's got plenty of opportunity here. He's got plenty of time. And I think that Considering he only needs about 20 more, so what's that? Maybe 3 reds, 4 reds at most. He should quite conceivably win the frame.
He's got a real chance here.
49.
Just something you can't control sometimes. We've got a little bit unlucky on the break.
56.
And it's something I'll always say, and there's nothing truer than a fact, and that is that you can't do anything from your chair. But who knows, he could still make a mistake. It's not all over yet. It would be a tightrope to come back to, yes, but it's certainly not all over yet.
62.
He could, however, be a contender for the quickest frame we've had on this Neil Robertson career, if it is Trump who's the victor.
No issues there.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
Yeah, as Fold said, that should be pretty much it for the frame. The red and the colour as well will bang on confirm it. Providing he doesn't, we don't get a snooker. And I would guess the position he's played with, that he'll be on for a century. Good for him.
78.
Not the best start for us, but ultimately I don't think we should get too hung up with it. Got a little bit unlucky. And in the most harrowing of circumstances, quite literally one shot has led to the frame going.
86.
But that highlights how lethal a player like Judd can be. Which is good. Means you don't get any complacency then. The worst thing you could do is win 2 frames easily and then think, oh, it's alright, we'll faff about. Because he can take 3 frames off you in a row, just like this one. And he just needs the red and the pink or the black, or even the blue. Which I presume he's going for the blue. And this will give Judd Trump a century. Ton up. Good century from Judd. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and clears this up now. So what does this allow him? It's a 1-3-5 he's on here. If he clears up here. Yep, on the black 108, so another 27. But he's on the pink, so he's going to take that on for position. He's looking to clear up here, which is absolutely fair enough. So it looks like he should get a 1-3-4.
109.
He's done this plenty of times, cleared up the colours. Shouldn't be too much difficulty. And a fantastic start for Judd. Not for us, admittedly, yes, but for Judd Trump, an awesome start in this match.
160.
Interesting. Not going to be deterred by that, though. We're just going to play our natural game.
121.
And hopefully it's not going to be one of those where it is 3-0 to Judd. Be a real shame, particularly if there are frames like these, where we don't even get a chance to prove ourselves. But nevertheless, we can't go back now. We've got to deal with the situation. And with a break of 1-3-4, Judd Trump takes the lead.
134. And the first frame, Judd Trump.
And he's had that many shots in a row. Then he gets the break for the next frame. I think he'll be glad to sit down in his chair for 2 seconds. Let's see what his break's like.
Thank you. The second frame.
Let's see if he's as tight with his break than he was with his snooker in that frame. Not necessarily. He's left a straight one. Got to play it with some power though. We'll take it on though. And there we go, our first pot of the episode. I didn't quite realise the black was that safe, or else we'd have probably played for that black. But oh well.
1.
Let's try and bring this back. Let's try and win it ourselves in one visit, shall we? Tricky here. Have to just try and hit it off 2 cushions and hope for the best. It's hit the brown, but still, it's still on for a long red pot.
6.
You've got to give it a go sometimes. I'm just going to check that does go. Yeah, there's clearly a gap for it. That's absolutely fine. It's got to be accurate though, which I think it is. And we'll use this as a bit of an opportunity to open up the reds. Oopsie daisy.
Very tricky shot coming up.
It is a tricky shot. It's got to work out, and it does. Oh, where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Oh, it's slowed down. Thank goodness for that. Luckily, we're on a straight blue as well. Once again, hit it with some top, not too much. And hopefully this should come off the cushion and back into play. Blue's in the pockets, and the cue ball should be absolutely fine, as it is.
12.
So I might as well play this one rather than the straight shot. It's a little bit of a danger one to play that. And then we'll play some backspin, hopefully off the cushion. And maybe on for the black, but maybe a bit soft for that. But I think really the
13.
only shot we can take on here is the black. Not keen with these shots, but we're going to have to try it.
That's a poor shot.
Oh, oh, just missed it. Too much angle there.
Well, he's looking at potting
And
this.
now Judd's got another chance. We seem like we're on a bit of a roll. But ultimately, we know what he can do. Ah, it's annoying.
8.
There's not too much open here, but there wasn't in the last frame either. Oh, that's annoying.
9.
Ah, well. A little, I mean, our intent was good. Just a little bit harder. It would have been a lot straighter on that black, and it would have been a lot easier a pot. We'll just have to wait and see, though, now.
21.
Luckily, he's got that red to the middle, hasn't he? Yeah. Or else it'd be a bit stuck there.
22.
This should be straightforward enough.
We've just got to hope he plays a silly shot, ultimately, because the way the reds are looking, he's going to clear up, I would say, here. Not necessarily clear up, but certainly get the points to win the frame. I mean, there's got to be only one choice here of a red. But interestingly, not black. He's gone for the yellow.
29.
But he's got a little bit of a tight pot here on
Not
the
an easy
cushion.
one, but a half chance.
But he's bloody potted it easily.
Brilliant.
But now,
Excellent
what's he going to
position
do? I
right
think he's
there.
going to play the green and then play a safety. He's got to. As you can visibly see, there's no red on.
Well,
So what's the
take
quality of a
red on.
Judd Trump safety? Look,
Well, that
never
was
mind.
quality.
Never mind. There was that red
Not
that was
easy
on.
at all.
I thought, blimey, he's going to them a bit aggressively. And then I looked at the path of the ball. I thought, yeah, wow. Well, there you go.
41.
Which is quite unbelievable, really. Granted, it's not all over yet, of course. Bit of backspin, so only blue this time. Ooh, that's a bit tight. It certainly would be for me, but for someone like Judd, with that precision, it's perfect. And this looks like it could be a century and then a 50 break, if not another century. And he's opened up those reds now. And as usual, he's pitch perfect. Absolutely inch perfect with this position.
54.
Just the blue ball required here.
And it's just the blue he needs. And that's a second frame gone already. This is quite unbelievable. Maybe the players are more up for it at the quarter-final stage. I really don't know. But it seems like, potentially at the moment, particularly the way this is going in the rhythm, that we're going to be out in the third quarter-final in four tournaments.
60. 67.
Which, yes, I accept isn't all that bad, but it's not really any way to get your season kick-started.
68.
And with the guys around us, particularly the ones above us, all winning tournaments or coming close, you're not going to move up the rankings like this. It is the only problem, I've said before, with this shorter match. If you do get 2 frames behind, you're all of a sudden locked in a situation, oh my goodness me, I need to win 3.
Nicely onto the ground.
Whereas in a longer game of snooker, of course it all comes down to the format and you've got to adjust to the format.
84.
But ultimately in a longer game you do have a bit more time to settle. But of course,
89.
if he pots all of these, he's on for a century, a 102. He's got the pink,
90.
and this could be, and it looks like it will be,
Delicate touch required.
2 centuries in as many frames.
102. And the frame.
No mistakes at all from Judd.
That's the
Apologies about a few emails pinging. I've got my phone doing an iPod sync at the moment, or a iTunes sync rather. The play's a little bit thicker, just to avoid what happened in the the last time we had a break
Will
off.
Robertson to break.
That doesn't look bad at all. We'll take that. Got to take the initiative in this frame. Ooh, you lucky bugger. This is close because it's just on the cushion really, but it doesn't matter how much we bring this up because ultimately there's no chance for a pot. Could be a bit more cagey frame. Apologies about that. I will put my phone on silent now, I think. I do tend to keep it on loudspeaker, but ultimately in that sort of situation, with that many notifications, blimey, I am popular. I'm never that popular usually. But yeah, let's play this nice and thin, off the pack, and hopefully back up the table. And the pack's almost not affected. So he has to play to the other side of the pack now. He can't play, well, he can play up to the pack. He's got to do what we've done, and he's not played it badly at all. No, it's a very good shot from Judd.
Brilliantly
I think
played.
we're just going to play it down the table here. This needs to pull up though, ideally. Yeah, that'll do. And he's playing a safety. I did think there might have been a chance for one to the middle. But we're faced with a similar situation again, unfortunately. I think we might have to just sacrifice one of these. A little bit soft, so that won't help the matter. And it might well leave, which it does, I think. Actually, with the how far it's gone up the table, I don't think it does. I thought we might have left a red, but it doesn't. Good safety battle here, but Judd's made his first mistake, arguably, the whole game. Giving us a chance. So let's take our time here. We've got a starter. And let's just focus. Admittedly, not off to the best start already, because yes, we can just about pot this blue, I would say. Yeah, that should be fine. But our options are looking pretty bleak. So we might as well just give it a pelt and hope for the best.
Tremendous.
We've got the pot.
Wonderful shot.
This doesn't look too bad in terms of its trajectory. Could do with it coming off the cushion, which it does. And what are the options? That red's probably the only option, so we'll go for that, I think. It's tight.
Lack of
Oh,
concentration
bloody
is
hell.
costing Robertson in this match. He really needs to settle down and get back to
Like that
basics.
black. Just not the right angle, but you have to go for it in these situations. It's do or die, and again, we got off to a start, and we just don't seem to got in the rhythm of it this frame. And in this match, ultimately, Judd Trump hasn't made a mistake. And I hate to say it, but I think this could be another one of those cases where Judd will clear up, although it's not an easy one here, because I don't think that he can get to that red on the cushion past the black. Or rather, actually at the angle. He can. That's not great. But as I've said, there's plenty of time for him to make a muck-up.
12.
Ooh, he's touching the pink
Touching
now. This
ball.
is interesting. So he's
Foul.
played the red.
Judd Trump.
Oh, got a foul for a
Nick
push shot
Robertson,
there.
6.
Well, the
We'll
ball's
force
in
him
his
to
court, so
continue
speak.
from that.
Let's see what he decides to do here.
Got to play a safety, but oh dear, it's played a few poor shots there, I think it's fair to say.
That's not ended
So
well.
again,
Tough shot, but
no
not
good
moving
getting
over.
gloom. We've got to try and win this now.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
And unbelievably, we just get no luck at all.
Not what he was hoping for.
Unbelievable. You have to play us up the table and hope that he misses a long pot. And that's too hard as well. Just completely lost all sort of mojo here. It's annoying.
That was a really tough shot, and it hasn't worked out all
I
that
just
well.
can't get over the fact that
Neil Robertson.
everything we get, we don't really get a chance or any luck. But he's left one here. That was quite a poor shot, to be quite honest, from Judd. So the crack's starting to show even with him.
It's half a chance, but a chance nonetheless.
So really, if we can't take this frame, then we don't deserve to win the match ultimately.
He couldn't have played that any better.
1.
But we have come from here before. Particularly against Higgins. I think we're the master of comebacks against John Higgins, to be honest.
Great pot.
I think he hates getting 2-0 up against us. He thinks, oh god, here we go again. I think we've got to play this one into the pack this time. That's some quite force, really.
Plenty of power. That's a really good
That'll do me.
This is a real opportunity.
Now we have to take this opportunity. As I say, there's just no point. No point us being here.
$12.
This is a bit of a tricky one. Being said, we've got to take it on.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
It's there. Huh, we get 2 for the price of 1, unbelievably. Not going to begrudge that at all. And that's nicely done for the black.
14.
I said I'm not going to begrudge that at all. Yes, we can't get a big break, but ultimately the more balls that are off the table,
Well,
the less that Judd can pot.
21.
Tap the pink. That wouldn't have been all too bad if it had given us a more decent position, but I think it's going to have to be the green we go for here. Let's just be careful position-wise.
Now, can he drop this into the right corner?
Sure.
Not sure why he played it like that.
Could be loose here,
25.
because I don't think any of these really go. The one by the black will, but we can't get there. It's the only one that can go, surprise, surprise. We can't get to. But the only solace is that, of course, we play a fairly decent shot here. Judd Trump can't get to any of them either. But that one red that we've just touched is hanging out.
Sure what
Unbelievable.
happened there, but it's a poor result.
Neil Robertson.
We've just had, well, you could say we've played poorly. You could say we haven't had a chance. You could say we've been unlucky. It depends what your stance is. I think it's a little bit of a mix of all three.
Taking it on to the left corner.
But I think that in particular was poor.
1.
Again, there wasn't a chance. But I just played a safety mid absolutely fine.
6.
But no. So now we rely on Judd Trump to make a mistake to retain our place in the Coral Players Championship. And to be honest, based on form, that ain't going to happen.
$13.
Still behind us though, it's fair to point out in terms of the scoreboard. This black will put him level, but I just wonder what he'll do after this. He's going to have to come from the other side, which he's not got to. So he's going to play a safety. We're level on points.
26.
Who's going to come out of this the better?
Judd Trump. 26.
Done nicely there to make sure he's not left that red by playing it by the pink. I'm going to try a bit of a shot to nothing here. We might as well. Needs a bit more angle, I'd say, than that. That'll do, though. Sometimes it's just worth giving it a go. It really is.
1.
Especially in a position like ourselves. And now we've got to make sure we win this frame. Get the pink out of the way. And this still leaves a bit of a tricky red off the cushion. But it's certainly achievable. but muck this up, and it could be our last shot of the championship. But fear not, we haven't mucked it up.
7.
Just got to be wary of position though here now. So I think we'll just play on the
He's taking this
on the green.
on. Oh, that's right out of the top
And this
drawer.
needs to keep coming as it does, and we're on the yellow now.
Happy with that.
So it looks like, I mean, we should do this really. I don't see why we wouldn't. We should be good to
opportunity, this.
take this to a 4 frame. A little bit tight here on the green. In fact, very tight on the green. Didn't realise just how tight it was.
This is tough.
Oh, so
Oh,
close.
we've missed it.
Needed
That could be
someone
our
else
last
and
shot.
didn't get it.
Oh, we had to go for it. We had to. Now we need Trump to miss one of the next 4. He'll go level with his blue, but it's not a... no, he's got it.
Fabulous effort. That's a great pot.
Needs the pink and the black.
Tremendous.
He'll get the pink, he'll get the black. It's a straight pot. It's the easiest pot possible.
18.
We were a little bit awkward on the green. We didn't pot it, and that turned out to be our last shot of the Players' Championship. And once again, in a quarter-final match, we have been outclassed. I'm gutted at that.
Good trump.
He's done
Really
it.
am, more than anything, because I'd have hoped that it'd give someone like Trump a better go at it. I really did. And unfortunately, we've been outclassed and we're out of the Players' Championship. And the tournaments are really starting to dwindle now. The opportunities, particularly to win a championship before the end of the season, are starting to dwindle now. And as you can see, Judd Trump, well, just way out ahead in terms of points. But let's see who won the tournament. I always wish luck on our opponents, but Judd Trump got the high break award, probably for our match, but it's Mark Williams who wins the Coral Players Championship. So let's have a look quickly at what the rankings are like after that. I don't think there's any change there. I think Mark Williams is ahead of Ronnie anyway, but Judd remains in 5th as well. So only 4 tournaments left now. Unbelievable. We've got the Gibraltar Open, the Tour Championship, the China Open, and then the Betfred World Championship. Now, I think that everybody qualifies for this. Yes, they do. So what we'll do, we'll play the first 2 rounds off camera as usual, and we'll come back on Wednesday for the 3rd round, which was the last 32. As I said, really gutted with that, but we've only got a few tournaments left now, and really, particularly I'd say in this Gibraltar Open, is a real chance to make it count and get some good experience in before 3 massive tournaments to end the season. The Tour Championship, the China Open, and then finally the Betfred World Championship. But if you have enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for plenty more snooker content. Apart from that though, folks, I've been TIJ Game. Thank you very much for your company today, and I will see you all later. Goodbye for now.